Hello and welcome back to my channel. Happy December. This is the first reading in December I'm posting, and we're going to start with channeled messages and then I'll get some cards. So this reading is just going to go over the general energy for December and what you need to know stepping into it. So as I was writing some channeled messages down, I found some old messages that I had written and they seem relevant now. So I'm going to read these two, and these may or may not apply to you, but they likely will. You have passed through the portal. The only way you were able to get here was by trusting your intuition without any physical confirmation. Now that you aren't at war with yourself, attracting balance, like you're attracting balance. So that's one message. The other one, you've recently overcome a huge obstacle in your life. However, you're still recovering from what you had to go through to get here. You're exhausted and your heart is split open. You're overcome with emotions that only now feel safe enough to be felt and released. All the burdens you still have will become the tools used to help build this new part of your life. This is the part when things you had to trust before get revealed. So those were the two older ones that I came across, but the ones that I channeled today were just shorter. One is, it's your world, you're just living in it, meaning it's your creation, it's your world, it's your reality, but you are also inside of it. Understanding like the dynamic of being both the creator of it, but also the one inside of it experiencing it at the same time. It's like if you had the power to write stories and then you could actually go into them and be any character that you write yourself as. So you get to both be consciously creating, but at the same time, it's not always about being in the conscious creator position. And in fact, it's more about letting the unconscious create, but it's like you set the code in and it's doing the work for you, but you wrote the code. Gave it the instructions of what to do, and it's doing that for you. The other thing coming through was, this is your life of luxury. So if you were drawn to this message, you're likely someone who either you have grown up in luxury and maybe you weren't always wealthy or rich, but you can say that throughout your whole life, there was always some aspect of good quality or good something that's like rich, luxurious, expensive, even if it's just one thing, even if it's just a behavior or a mindset or an attitude, there's something where you did have this, but you at the same time knew you were always destined for it, and that was inevitably going to be your future. And this December is, I feel you've already been receiving more and more luxury, like little things here and there. Like maybe you were gifted a top brand of something, like a really nice perfume, or maybe it's not your common everyday type of thing, but it's becoming more common. And you're slowly swapping out things that you've had to settle for things you actually want. So I'm seeing somebody when they're shopping and sorting it by lowest to high price, and always, that's how you sort things. You don't sort it by the color you want or the style you're looking for. You sort it first by like the price and like, let me just see the cheapest first. So it's going from that of like being in a situation where you feel like you have to do this or you only have this way or this option, to now feeling like you get to choose. And it's not just like there's only one option for you. There's many, and you can even have more than one. That's the other part. So you're going to just continue receiving in December, but I feel like the significant thing is that receiving is finally starting to feel good, because for a while it was really uncomfortable and you had to learn how to receive and how to accept and not only give out. That process included learning your own boundaries and respecting them and holding them at a higher priority than anything else. So like I said, it was like uncomfortable, difficult, challenging at first to receive, but you knew it was necessary. You knew you weren't ever going to get more or get what you were asking for or wanting if you didn't know how to actually receive it. And now is like the fun part where you're like, I'm kind of enjoying this. Like, I like receiving, I like getting things. And that energy is just going to make it increase more and more because now you're like desiring it, but you're not chasing it, but you're very open to it. There's no part of you that's resisting it. And you're challenging yourself to get comfortable with receiving more and more and more. And so that's only going to increase. So I keep seeing like the classic holiday colors of like red, green, gold, but also dark blue. Like I'm seeing a lot of jewel tones, like rubies, emeralds, sapphires, diamonds. I'm seeing even pomegranate seeds, how they look like little rubies. But it's something about like the richness. And I'm feeling something about old money or generational wealth. And this is energetic also. So for those of you who maybe you don't come from any type of generational wealth or your family has been more on the poverty side throughout your history, where they invested energetically, it is like due to pay off now in this lifetime for you. So whether that's literal physical wealth or energetic, it's going to be coming through and blessing you. And it's like, this is on top of, like, this doesn't even have to do with what you've earned on your own. This is more just like what's been passed on to you, like your inheritance, your divine inheritance. So, um, let's see. Okay, yeah, Six of Wands. I was confused out of Five of Wands. And the Worlds, and then Ace of Pentacles just came out. So, also seeing responsibilities or obligations either being taken away from you, like that's no longer your job, that's no longer your responsibility, it's taken care of, it's handled, or you actually starting to enjoy it and not see it as a chore, an obligation, or work, and just seeing it as something you look forward to doing and something you enjoy. And the thing itself isn't changing, or for those of you that it's not changing, I mean, it'll be your feelings and your attitude about it. But it's something that you wanted to like or you wanted to enjoy. You didn't want it to feel laborsome. And so you're getting what you want. But if it's something that you were just completely done with and you're like, I don't want to enjoy this, I just want to be over it, I want it out of my life, then those things are leaving. So you're not going to be feeling that pressure of responsibility. It's going to feel like I get to instead of I have to. And it's like everything you've been putting out and investing, and especially investing within yourself, is going to be paying off. It's like you now, your energy and your aura is like, it's really representing self-love and what someone can look like when they pour into themselves and when they truly love themselves and make themselves a priority, because that's what you've been doing and it's showing. It's like glowing around you. You'd also be drawn to purple more at this time, as a side note. Also to roses or white flowers, red or white flowers. So everything just feels very aligned. Like if you would have started to receive what you're about to receive now, if you would have received this even a month earlier, it would have felt chaotic. It would have felt hectic. You would have been really out of balance within yourself. It wouldn't have been an enjoyable process. It would have been bittersweet, heartbreaking, and it's like this is the true best timing. And you'll know the confirmation that you'll know this is true is you feel a sense of safe detachment, meaning you don't feel nervous in the separation or in the detachment from something. You feel safe in it. You feel like it's not something you need to check on or worry about. Just like making a recipe and you're not like tasting it every 5 seconds. Like, did I oversalt it? Did I make it right? Like checking the oven every 10 minutes to make sure. Like, you just trust and you know the process, and you're like, I know when it's ready, it'll be the perfect time and it'll be perfectly done. Also hearing if you don't have energy for something, if it's important to you, you'll be able to make energy for it. But if it's really not aligned with you, you'll just keep trying and it just won't work. So focus on what, if everything feels challenging, what of those things or which of those things will actually feel like it's paid off after you do it. Because I feel like some of them is more of a gamble, like it might pay off, it might not. But then there's other things where you know, no matter what, you're going to feel good about having done it. And you're not going to be like, should I have done that? Was that the right choice or should I not? Like, you'll know for sure. So that's also how you can tell the difference. But again, these things are leaving on their own. It's not something you have to do. There's going to be a lot of unplanned celebration. So maybe last minute invites, but it like aligns perfectly. Like, let's say you have your hair and makeup done, or you're just in a really nice outfit and you're like, I don't have anything to do the rest of the day. And then at that moment, someone invites you, like, hey, I know it's last minute, but, and it's so it's not like a stressful last minute thing. It's like somehow you're at the right place, right time, everything aligns so that it can work out. What I'm getting is that's actually, I heard the flow of December. I was going to say the main theme, but it's like that's the energy that's flowing through the month of December. And like I'm seeing it as a current, like an ocean current, and you can ride this current and just let it carry you through. I'm also seeing it as an advent calendar, like a current that takes you to each day. And it's like it brings you there, you get to open the door and have the treat, and then it takes you to the next. So you're just along for the ride. I'm also for some reason getting so out of breath during this reading. So you could be feeling like this month is going to leave you breathless, or maybe you're not feeling that, but that's what you will be feeling. Like it takes your breath away, it takes your words away, you don't even, like, leaving you speechless type of thing. Seeing somebody who, like, their friend or their loved one was like, I want to take you to this spot, it's so pretty, the view is so great, and they're like, okay, I'll go. And they're not expecting much, but then when they get up there, they're amazed, like they can't believe it, it's beyond what they expected. You're not planning for it, but you also know it. Like, you know, good thing. You're not like, oh no, bad things are going to happen. You just have this inner knowing it's only going to get better from here. But you're not caught up in the details of how or when or why or anything about how it'll be better. You just know that it will. And because you know that, you don't need to know the details. And you're in that like satisfying place where you're not chasing anymore and you're not in lack anymore. You're just present and you're focused right where you are. Anything else from this stuff? So you're showing people, like I said, an example of how to love yourself, how to put yourself first, and in a way that it doesn't seem selfish. Like maybe if people were taught it is selfish to put yourself first, or to think of what you want or what you like and not consider what everyone else is thinking and feeling. Like maybe they were taught that that was selfish, but really it's your responsibility only to put yourself first. So that's like your number one job. You're showing people in a way that couldn't be explained in words, and that if someone were to try and be like, see, this is how you're supposed to do it, let me explain, or let me tell you why you're wrong or why, it wouldn't work. But it's something that has to be witnessed, to be believed, like in a way that can't be argued with. And that's what your life is existing as right now, as like a living testimony or testament to somebody who is in touch with their intuition, in touch with spirit, and that relationship being stronger than anything in the physical reality. So to close this up, let's get a couple from this stuff. So again, it's this energy of expected but unexpected. Like you don't know what, but you know, if that makes sense. And but you're not off balance. You're not like so hyped up and like, oh my gosh, I just can't handle it. It's gonna happen. And then you're like thrown off balance. Like I'm seeing you as just soft and flowy and not rigid and like every little movement knock you off balance like it had been recently. So you're not fighting anymore is the other thing. You're not defensive. You're not expecting things to go wrong or expecting people to fight or argue with you. You're just accepting that things do work out and you don't have to make them work out. They just will. And it's like all the things that you'd been telling yourself and knowing to be true, but like trying to put into practice, it's finally clicking. And it's like, I knew this, but now I'm living it. Now it's not just information, it's my experience, my lived experience. And I'll just do one more, okay, or two. So you'll know what you're doing is working because of how you feel. Your energy, your confidence, and your health will increase. That will be your indication. And it's likely that's already been happening. But when you notice something you're doing is increasing your confidence, your energy, and your health, you know that is the absolute right choice for you. Let that be your guide right now and throughout this month. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'm excited for everybody who resonated with these messages. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.